What's that? It can't be true! I've discovered a new continent! Oh no, it's the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a huge gyre of marine debris particles. Charles Moore, an oceanographer, came upon it in 1997. He noticed it wasn't water he was sailing, but a soup of plastic. The numbers are impressive. It's 3 times the size of Spain. It weighs equal to 500 jumbo jets. It's composed of plastic bags, water bottles, fishing gear, and other important stuff. This continent of plastic garbage is created by 4 currents. It makes a full circle from California to Japan and back in just 6 years. Sure thing, there are still places of pure, unspoiled paradise in the world, but they are fewer and fewer, while the dark patches are only multiplying. 5 of them have emerged in the last 50 years. But whose garbage is it? Who's the biggest ocean polluter? The undisputed leader of them all is the Philippines. 36% of the ocean's plastic comes from this country. How do different countries deal with the problem?
How dare you!
For example, in England, they officially banned plastic straws and cotton buds. In Australia, they can penalize you up to $4,600 for using a plastic bag. But Kenya has the strictest law of all. A plastic bag carrier can be fined up to $40,000 or face up to 4 years in prison. But we must first change ourselves. 'Cause if we do nothing, there's a good chance that this would turn into this. Boom! In our world where Earth itself spits fire, where Mother Nature means to do you harm, where people die of hunger or thirst, why is everyone so afraid of some tiny little button? Who created nuclear weapons anyway? Nazi Germany was literally 1 step away from building an atomic bomb. A very talented nuclear physicist, Robert Oppenheimer. He's the one we call the father of the atomic bomb. When the little boy bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, it killed 80,000 people in a flash and injured as many. 3 days later, the Fat Man bomb detonated over Nagasaki. Both bombs were products of the Manhattan Project, directed by none other than Robert Oppenheimer. But Little Boy and Fat Man, that's kids stuff next to the Tsar Bomba. The shockwave from the Soviet Tsar bomb made 3 revolutions around the Earth, and the flare was visible as far as Alaska, and even on Mars. The Tsar Bomba, aka Ivan, aka AN-602, it is still the most powerful explosive device ever tested by humankind. All those toys and games resulted in the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962, the year when the Americans asked Santa Claus for, not a bicycle or a doll, but for a nice doomsday bunker. At the time, those solemn men in suits managed to defuse the crisis. Well, to some extent. Today, there are 8 countries that possess nuclear weapons. And there's one more. The story goes that Israel officials once said, "We don't have nuclear weapons, but we'll deploy it if necessary." This number of nuclear warheads is enough to destroy the Earth several times over. So, what will happen if someone presses the red button? An explosion of 100 megatons can completely destroy any big city on our planet. And then more warheads would fly in return, which means nuclear winter, radiation, global hunger. And that's why I suggest that all the problems and all the disputes should be solved at a round table, peacefully and in a cozy, homey atmosphere. Oops. Morning. Open your eyes, open your apps. Plastic pollution, magnetic storms, global warming, meteorite falls. What the f? I gotta do something now!
Hello? Do you believe in God? How about a ticket to Mars, then?
I'm not panicking, but I gotta get off this planet!
Fasten your seatbelts, we're finally landing. The weather outside is delightful. 238 degrees Fahrenheit, toxic red dust, and crazy radiation levels.
Welcome to Mars. And now the question is, who will be the first to set foot on this planet? Or nearly the first? Though scientists say that the locals just might look a little bit different. And I believe them. The harsh conditions on Mars are fit for what, bacteria only? Oh, and Matt Damon, who got stranded here 10 years ago. Actually, what do the Earthlings have to offer, apart from those 7 tons of trash we've dumped here in the last 50 years? We bring you the traditional American values: democracy, freedom, equality. Well, fast food comes first, and then definitely democracy, freedom, equality. To hell with the diet. Here, I'm light as a feather. Thank you, gravity, for being 62% lower than on Earth. In fact, the goal is to study the gravity of Mars, the magnetic field, the potential traces of life. That's the official story. Off the record, we're looking for valuable ores and minerals and fossil fuels. Hey, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, don't mean to disappoint you, but there's no oil on Mars. Researchers show there may be copper, iron, tungsten, rhenium, uranium, gold. Oh, God, you again. Shouldn't have mentioned the gold. Almost forgot. The Outer Space Treaty of 1967 forbids establishing military bases and deploying weapons on Mars. Let me show it to you. Wait a sec. Where is it? The law says no nation can own any part of Mars. No borders, no politics, and no elections. I choose to watch. Sitting here, enjoying the blue Martian sunset, sipping my coffee and cream.
Wow, wow, wow! Coffee and cream on Mars? I mean, even plain water is a luxury here.
A life without coffee? Seriously? I gotta get off this planet! How much is the ticket?
Only $200,000.
Nah, have a nice day.